All right, get ready for an electricity emergency, all in the name of their foolish Green New Deal dreams. The left's feverish push for electric vehicles is one of their least thought-through policy pushes, and that's saying a lot. The Energy Department today announced $12 billion for automakers to retrofit their facilities to make electric and hybrid vehicles. In case you're keeping score, Joe Biden sends $700 checks to Maui victims so he can foolishly spend $12 billion to push electric vehicles onto our roads, to the detriment of our economy, our energy infrastructure, and, by the way, potentially our lives. These cars are actually worse for the environment, not better. They're dangerous in some cases, and to top it all off, they'll drain our already vulnerable power grid beyond repair. Yet another self-righteous dream of their supposed utopia, that somehow we can turn America into an unattainable version of the Jetsons. Let's bring in Daniel Turner from Power the Future to weigh in on the Green Gang madness. Good to have you back, Daniel. You know, I come from an energy background. It's no secret to me that if they push 80% of our fleet onto the electric grid by 2035, our electric grid, there's no chance we can handle that. What don't they get?
No, our electric grid can barely sustain our economy right now. In fact, you see states like California and states like Texas, to show this is true bipartisan bad energy policy. Both of those states struggle regularly with keeping the electric grid. And nationally, it's becoming a larger problem. My home state of New York, New Mexico, et cetera. So as the Biden administration tries to electrify everything from the electric vehicles, which use a tremendous amount of electricity, are in a huge strain on the grid, but also electric stoves, electric gas, electric hot water heaters, et cetera. So they're forcing us to use more electricity, and yet at the same time, we're actually producing less electricity. So it's a recipe for disaster, no doubt about it.
And the only way to up the grid, up the production, is to up what? Fossil fuel generated electricity. Coal is 40 or 50% or maybe even 60% of our grid production as it is. So they're asking us to burn more fossil fuel so you don't put a fossil fuel into a carbon combustion engine tank instead. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. About right?
No, absolutely. And this is why, I love to quote Thomas Sowell when he talks about how there are not solutions, there are trade-offs. So these are the trade-offs, right? It's not a solution to not burn natural gas or to not burn oil or coal, but to go, quote unquote, green. What we're doing is we're just burning those products differently. And actually, we're not burning them here in America. We're doing it irresponsibly in places like China. So China gets to burn all the coal they want. And by the way, we burn coal incredibly responsibly here in America. Most of the first world nations do. But we forego our coal economy, our fossil fuel economy, and let China do it in a environmentally unfriendly, with child and slave labor, with no regulations whatsoever, and somehow this trade-off is considered a solution, and it's not. It's pure insanity.
Daniel, I love to say this: money's fungible, so is pollution. So if they pollute in China, we breathe it over here eventually. Daniel Turner, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.